Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. You are watching Ragini S.R. Swami YouTube channel. So in the previous class I have done about the author's introduction regarding the title and Monaco Kingdom or Toy Kingdom and taxes, special source of revenue, monopoly system. So all these points I discussed and explained. So this is the part 2 video, that is the part 1 video of the lesson. This is the part 2 video of the lesson 2 dear. Okay, now I'm going to explain about these points such as punishment of the criminal. The murder was committed, French government, Italian government. So all these points I'm going to explain. So a few years ago, murder was committed by the criminal. So before that, it was a peaceable place, peaceable environment in the toy kingdom. So that criminal should be get the punishment. So there was a law system, judicial manner. So according to the rules and regulation of the law, everyone should follow those rules and regulations as other countries. So here jurymen, barristers and prosecutors, judges, everybody argued and discussed and has given the judgment. The final judgment was to cut the head of the criminals. Though to cut the criminal's head, that is the punishment provided by this law to the criminal. So this was the punishment. So after that they had written the letter of the sentence and they submitted that sentence letter to the Prince of Monaco. Sentence means punishment. Are you understanding? So sentence means punishment, not a what is a sentence. Sentence is a group of words and which gives full of meaning, not that. Don't get confusion, children. Next, the Prince of Monaco has read that sentence. So he decided and confirmed that, and also he agreed that to give the punishment to cut the criminal's head. So for that act to cut the criminal's head, the thing is required. That is what a machine is required. That is what guillotine. So guillotine is the expensive thing in this lesson. The title suggested or the title indicates this thing. That is the so the title 2 dear refers to the machine guillotine. So the criminal, this is the 8th page, first paragraph. So the prince of Monaco kingdom also agreed, and if the fellow must be executed, execute him. Next, in the following paragraph, they had neither guillotine for cutting the head of the criminal and nor an executioner. They had no guillotine and they had no executioner. So now you understand about this Monaco kingdom. It was a poor kingdom and also it was not developed kingdom. Ministers considered the matter and they sat together. They discussed to inquire with the French government to bring the guillotine machine. So first, the French government could not lend them a machine and an expert to cut off the criminal's head. So machine also is required and also an expert is also required. Machine and an expert, both the things are required here to cut the man's head. The French government could not lend the machine and an expert. Both the things are required to cut the criminal's head. One thing is an expert and the guillotine machine. It's required to cut the criminal's head. It could not lend both the things. But a week later, the reply came. What was the reply? See here. A machine and an expert could be supplied. The cost would be 16,000 francs. Okay, later, a week later, reply came. What was that reply? So they would ready to give that machine and an expert, but the cost was 16,000 francs. It is important, underline in your textbook, and it is important for 1 mark question. The Prince of Monaco not ready to give that much of amount to the French government. He used the blaming word for the criminal. Look at into the textbook. 16,000 francs. There is an exclamatory mark. Means 16,000 francs. It's a huge amount for the Prince of Monaco. And the rich is not worth the money. The rich, it's a blaming word. So the rich refers to here the criminal. So did you understand? Next. And can't it be done somehow cheaper? He was expecting cheaper guillotine. He could not be able to spend that much of amount for the criminal because it's so expensive. And again council was called and they discussed the similar inquiry the king of Italy. The similar inquiry with the king of Italy. Italian government also agreed to send that machine and also an expert. It was ready to send, the Italian government was ready to send the both things, an expert plus the guillotine machine, but the cost was 12,000 francs, that including the traveling expenses. So this offer was given by the Italian government. The Prince of Monaco thought 12,000 francs, which was also an expensive. So again he blamed that criminal. Here the word used by the Prince of Monaco. The rascal was really not worth the money. So the rascal refers to here the criminal. He was unable to spend that much of amount, 16,000 francs and 12,000 francs. Now you underline the both 16,000 francs and 12,000 francs. It will become for 1 mark questions. It is important. And also dear students, so 12,000 francs offer, which was offered by the Italian government. 16,000 francs offered by the French government. So keep it in your mind. I hope so you have understood. Dear students, I give the suggestions to you once you read the textbook. If you not understand at first time, you read again at twice or thrice, definitely you will understand. And each of the words, each of the line, each of the phrase you must read. When you read the lesson, you underline the difficult words. So search in glossary words. So if there is not, search in Google and also search in dictionary. So it will be helpful to you. Next. So what happened here? Another council was called. So the Prince of Monaco not agreed to give that much of amount. Again a council was called. So they called a general in the army. So the general asked the soldiers, so any one of the soldiers cut the head of the criminal or to cut the criminal's head. Nobody was ready to cut the criminal's head because they were trained people. Once you look at into the textbook, page number 9. So the general talked it over with the soldiers to see whether one of them would not undertake the job. Nobody was undertake the job. Nobody was ready to cut the criminal's head. They were trained people, but they don't mind killing the people in the battle. In the battle, they don't mind to kill the people. But here was a new thing to them and how to do it. And also they said, we don't know how to do it. They do not know how to do it. How to cut the criminal's head, they do not know. And also they refused that. It is not a thing we have been taught. So they were not trained people to cut the criminal's head. Only in the battle they fight with the opposite team. That is what they have been trained. They have been taught. So that's the same thing we have been taught. What had happened for the punishment of criminal? So committee and subcommittee sat together for discussing regarding this case. So ultimately they decided to kept him in the prison. So next, what had happened in the criminal's prison life and how was it? How did he behave in that prison? So all these points I will explain in the next video, that is part 3. Okay, I hope so you understand this part 2 video of the lesson. To dear, thank you so much for watching this video. Please to subscribe my YouTube channel and hit the bell button. You will get all the notifications of my YouTube channel. Thank you so much.